Hello everyone, my name is Selkie. Well, I love games and making things. Today, I'm going to talk about my time with a game called Genshin Impact. So let's dive in. A few years back, I found a game called Genshin. Well, at that time, it looked and reminded me of another game that I love, Breath of the Wild. But with a plus, plus, plus. It's like C and C++. No, I'm kidding. So I started playing the game and I really got into it. I even spent some of my money because I wanted to support the game developer. Honestly, it was just my excuse so I can pull more characters because I still think the peak performance content of Genshin is when I was pulling for characters. So I pulled for characters, pulled for other characters, I raised them, I did a lot of events, I did the story quests, I did exploring. For Mondstadt and Liyue, I think I managed to do 100% of exploration and also Dragon's Pyre. I did that as well. But after some times, the game started to feel the same. I mean, dailies, event, dailies, dailies, dailies again, dailies again and again. And occasionally, maybe after 2 weeks, we will need to do a spiral abyss, but that's about that. And the fun parts for me was just getting new characters. But after I get these new characters, I don't even feel like doing what comes after getting new characters, like racing them. So everything's felt like a chore. It feels like a work. So I quit the game again. I think it was during Sumeru times that I actually quit the game for about a few patches until I come back to the game. The reason I come back to the game because I want to finish my collection of Archon. So I went to try my luck on pulling. Unfortunately, I got loose. Instead of getting that Archon that I want, I got Chichi on the 90th pull. So obviously, I rage quit, and then I stopped playing Genshin again. And fortunately, at that time, there is another game coming out and was quite hype. It's called Baldur's Gate. I really love that game because that game is surprisingly different with the other game that I've been playing so far because your choice matters a lot. I mean, I don't mean like it really changed the whole story. I mean, obviously there are some story changes, but at the end of the day, there are some points that it keep on the same, but it's just the flavoring. But it's just super cool that my choice as an RPG actually matter. That my choice actually is not a false choice. It's not a false positive option. It's not something that they say, yes, it will affect your game, but at the end of the day, it's just a bullshit choice. Sorry for the language, but that's just how I feel when I play Genshin Impact sometimes. They just give you a choice that the traveler can pick, but at the end of the day, this choice doesn't matter at all. It's illegal, you know? They should just let me watch the scene without prompting me, hey, pick something, but in reality, it doesn't matter. See what I mean? So Baldur's Gate changed me a little bit in a way when I come to looking at the game story and especially the story of the Genshin Impact. It's a little bit ironic that the game itself called Genshin Impact, but it lack of player impact. Yeah, I think it's a little bit lacking in this area. And I don't want to say the story or the lore of Genshin is bad. No, I don't think the story or the lore is bad in general. I think it was fine. The problem is the presentation. I feel like Genshin Impact, for some reason or another, even until now, when I finally coming back again and replayed again, after the incidents of 3 pulls, wishes, and a lot of Genshin Impact drama, I feel they don't really change. Like, okay, there are some things like a little bit different for the presentation, like you need to become a detective and then find a clue, but the nuance of the overall feeling, the overall when I play this game, when I actually do the story, is still the same. Genshin Impact treated us like kids, like they handhold us too much. So instead of showing something indirectly via subtext or assumption of the player, they need somehow think that, oh, if we don't tell the player, if we don't really tell the player with an exact clue, with this very, yes, we can do something like this, it's unfair to the player. I think we need to inform the player 100%, but they inform in the wrong way. They inform something that we already know. So something that we already know, they repeat it in some character. So that's why it's feel a little bit hand-holding in the wrong direction. And unfortunately, because of this, even though you have a very good lore, like I'm sure some of you watch another Genshin lore video and you feel like, wow, that's actually pretty cool. But you realize that things that shouldn't be spoke, but it's spoken by a certain someone. That thing that the player can just assume is actually, nah, let me tell you. And then no, I will not tell you once, but I will tell you twice or 3 times or 2 times or 3 times or something like that. That's how I feel about Genshin Impact, especially after I played Baldur's Gate at the same time. So yeah, after coming back to Genshin, I realized the game is a little bit lacking for me, because for me now the game is just about getting new characters, and I get some new characters and then I have fun, but doing other things feel like a chores. The story is nice, but it feels the deliverable is lacking. It's not quite engaging compared to the other gacha game that is made by some company. Then let's conclude everything, right? After going back to the game and then quitting the game and then going back again. So would I tell the other player to try Genshin Impact? Maybe, yeah. If you want to find a game for a solid 50 hours, 100 hours, try Genshin Impact. It's a very nice game, especially when you are a new player, because it's quite friendly to free to play. You don't really need to spend like me, obviously, because I cannot actually hold myself to not spending. That's another issues altogether. But as a new player, it's great. The game is great. The game is a novelty that you can actually do a lot of things, explore a lot of world, but obviously the novelties die out, and then your spark die out, and the thing that you things like so fun, it feel like a chore. So when that time comes, right, if it's not fun to play, I think it's okay to stop. I don't think there is no need for us to actually play the game because we used to play the game, and we need to tell ourselves that FOMO is useless. So what's important is actually, if you enjoy the game, play the game. If you don't enjoy the game, then don't play the game. Yeah, there are so many things in this world that you can try. I tried reading. It was fun. Drawing, great. I even wrote a book. I professionally edit the book. I hired some editor and I self-publish it. It would be fun, perhaps one day I have a live stream to actually bash my book, reading my book, and see how bad it was. We shall see. Anyway, thanks for watching. Let me know what your thought about Genshin Impact. And do you think we should come back? And what do you think if someone keep on going back the game, quit the game, coming back from the game, and quit the game? I hope you enjoyed this video. Bye bye!